Alright. We got some stuff to do. Some stuff to do. And we'll see how it goes. But it is Walpurgis after all. And we got a lot of gambling to do to see if we can actually get what we want. Though I should be saving up for a later point, but I did say I was gonna kind of wail for the next night, so to speak. The next Walpurgis. And seeing how it is a perfect opportunity than any, I'm more than happy in order to do so. At this point though, I could probably use shards. I have plenty of boxes to go around. Hey, it's been a while, man. How you been? How's life treating you? Funny to meet each other at this odd hour of the night, but hey, welcome. Well, it's been well. Dorinken. Alright, let me see. Should I pull first, or should I just start doing the I think I should probably start doing the story. The Walpurgis story. Well, it's been hard. I mean, considering that those two units, and I think, and even Requiem is pretty good. It's worth the money. It's most certainly worth the money. I mean, I don't think there has been like a single Walpurgis unit that hasn't been tremendously bad. Some may be underwhelming, but not outright bad. Offer you going to spend like 20k? Yeah. I mean, it isn't a Walpurgis without having some sort of body count of lunacy being spent and tickets being used and so on. So it comes with the territory for sure. You know what, since I'm not using modules, I might as well. Well, I am using modules, so I might as well just make some. Without reaching 10 bleed potency. Suppression with any deaths. This ought to be fun. Oh, and Greg is still out of commission too. We're still on that particular path.
왔군. 열쇠가 필요하신가요? 자, 해골바가지랑 거미 대가리 후드려 패러 간다.
이번에 읽어줄 동화책은 이것으로.
Can I get 7 number 3 bolts? Number 3 bolts. Bingo. You're right there. Quick, like I didn't get cracking last. I swamped here. Behold hither. I have espied this combination of cracks that much resemble a fixed sigil. Oh, that's right enough out of you. Huh? Just wait out for my smack. Life patterns have become far too predictable. About 2 days have passed since we wrapped up our Operation Spider Pyre. Gonna be sure to lament. Yeah, I think if you got enough shards in order to like last you, then it's more than beneficial to just grab the ones that from like previous Walpurgis. I think I probably should go for yeah, I think if I have enough in order to like spend it, which I think I do, well, which I know I do because I have like 600 some odd shard crates, I'm able to just dump it. And I know that these units might not be, the recent units might not be available until like next week. So there's that. But it's good to like catch up on previous units before Ego that's been released. Regret's gonna be very, well, Regret is kind of crucial for Capo Soul, but not really a, well, it is kind of a must-have. But if you have Capote, you should be fine too. Anything that boosts like wrath damage, that should be beneficial. The LCE department was still recovering from the aftermath of the assault, and we were assisting where we could with the restoration efforts. Though I wasn't sure what exactly we were doing here with the facility management team. I hardly expected to see you again, so after that, some fellow that was. Well, it can't be helped that the entire facility management team is currently in PTO. We've been loaned some LCCA personnel for the repair projects, so let's make do with them. I'm surprised they haven't at all been dragged back to the office already. What with everything that's happened. PTO is the right, and therefore must be honored. You can't just cancel their time off just signing and proving their requests. And why don't we just wait till they get back from the vacays? Come on, we're busting our butts out here just a few days ago. How about giving us some time off too? Now with multiple containment units still blasted wide open, there's no telling when abnormality reduced to elevated forms will return, you understand. Should we face a case without the containment units ready to operate, the entities will be wreaking havoc on the facility yet again. They'll be all dragged back to work, like it or not. I would much rather not deal with another containment breach incident so soon, especially when it's almost certain that they'll be laying waste a box of snacks we prepared specifically for your return. How many boxes you got? Certified fat ass. 3. All of them, 48 by 38 by 34 centimeters in dimension. The largest standard sized box we have. We're in. Boy, what do you think you ought to tell us what to do? Still, there was no point in arguing with Hohenheim when he was right. No need to needlessly drag out restoring the facility and let those abnormalities loose again. Besides, Eric was still down for the count. Alrighty, boys and girls, I got some cool drinks, so take a quick breather. You're full of beans today, aren't you? Hey, what's not to like? You got snacks I've never even laid eyes on before. Ooh, and come here, look at this. Ta-da! Look what I found, everyone. Roger declared as she triumphantly held up a small can. What's that? I don't think I've seen that before either. Seriously? Never had one of these when you were little? Oh, wait, don't they sell this stuff in the nest? Oh, I know this. It's that shaky then drinky thing, ain't it? Yeah, I knew you'd recognize this, Heath. You're all like bloody shoved at townies, you know that? Right. Take a gander at this. You know that can's gonna blow in your face if you keep shaking it like... I know what I'm doing, Bodhi. Look, I uncapped this thing and... Aha! Try a sip. It turned to jelly. Heathcliff moved from center to center, calmly handing them each a can of well-shaken drinks. And as soon as all responded with varying degrees of astonishment, some of them even giving a can a double take. This is condensation of carbonation itself. The structure compressed into pudding-like forms. Wowzers! It's like they took the juice of a fruit and trapped it in tiny bubbles. It's slightly too sweet, but it's tasty nonetheless. Now this is what I'm talking about. Say, where'd you get these? I couldn't get my hands on this stuff recently. As we researchers all are positively obsessed with new technology, the fixation translates quite directly to addiction to unique products like these. The pleasant flavor gives us a nice extra dose of motivation, of course. Sometimes enough to store them in expensive states of preservation boxes, just in case we end up craving them in the future. According to our findings, the sudden paucity of this product in the mass market was caused primarily by the significant production cuts of his manufacturing plant. Despite the constant demand, it seemed that the maintenance costs were far too expensive to maintain it as a large-scale operation. And you're just giving these rarities to us? Blimey, that's actually the nicest thing someone's ever done for us in a while. Boy, you ain't have bad specs. You're going up on my list. I need to reevaluate the personability of my character on my account. Assistant. Evan Martin stash, anyway. Without anyone to claim them, they're bound to end up collecting dust on the corner of some lost and found box. The spirits truly do exist, and if Martin had indeed chosen to haunt this very spot, I'm certain he would have chimed in to say that seems like the reasonable thing to do, boss. Once again, he wasn't wrong. His palpable lack of concern for the feelings of those around him seemed to suggest that he was indeed no reason for us to reconsider his personality. Bloody hell, mate. You could have heard that. I think something went down the wrong pipe. Of course, food's not there to look pretty. I agree with Hohenheim after all. What use are these delicacies if we're not to sit and let them spoil? Tell us. Can't let these tastes go to bad, right? Is it that good? It is good, but not that good, executive manager. She simply dealt with no regard for flavor. You know, I do feel pretty bad for Dante every time I get a chance to eat something good, but with being unable to eat and all. I don't think it's something to feel bad about. Still, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. Wondering I'll go up to the stair road yet. Oh yeah, I really hit the spot. Somebody stop me because I can't. Now I got third can of the drink. That reminds me. I had once coupled together a gestation simulator as a hobby project. Gestation simulator? Well, as we must be aware, Archie gel is the most efficient form of sustenance. It is tiny, highly caloric, yet unfortunately makes life for a flavorless gustatory experience. So I devised a gadget that, once a food item is placed and scanned in its flavor analyzer, it transfers its exact flavor profile direct to its wearer. It is rather simple to equip and operate too. Simply wearing it on your wrist should transfer the flavor information to the wearer, but I must have misplaced it. I gotta say, that sounds pretty revolutionary for how dismissive you are about it, like some kind of toy you bash together. The joy must come from the invention and demonstration of the technology itself. Indeed, my fellows would, following the regular Illuminators conferences, cast their erstwhile prime inventions into boxes of miscellanea. Decent guess, but you're half wrong. I had indeed intended to distribute it to my team were it not for that single fault. What is that single fault, you ask? In war for too long, the device would start recognizing even the mere act of breathing as eating. Every breath I took brought the rush of thick, cloying Basque cheesecake flavor onto my tongue. But known to be a rather scrumptious delicacy, but when it taints the very air I breathe, it inspires nothing but nausea in my mouth. And thanks to that, I end up uncontrollably emptying the contents of my stomach on the floor. Ugh. But Perhaps that should not be a problem for subjects who are not coerced to breathe by their autonomic nervous system, such as your manager. Oh, does that mean I'll finally get to partake in rigid food critiquing sections during our next team dinner? By the look of it, they seem quite excited about that prospect. Very well, I'll begin my search henceforth. Then, oh, the whole facility goes green. These alarms connecting to the facility as well? Indeed. Every location to the Limbus company is equipped with relevant devices to detect the arrival of Walpurgisnacht. Once the familiar green light and the company alarm began to blare, Faust, who had been vertically leaning against the wall with her arms crossed, slowly shuffled toward us. She seemed unusually exhausted, so I thought I might ask her if everything was okay, but have the corridor repairs progressed enough for us to explore this scenario, Hohenheim? Of course, contrary to someone who insisted that its frequency is not something we can reliably predict. I'd intuit that this odd phenomenon with tastes for green illuminations will be arriving soon. I made the corridor repairs one of our higher priority goals. I see. Thank you. Maybe now's a bad time. That response was indeed most unexpected. Completely breaks the expected behavior patterns. Dante, let us handle without delay. Well, okay. I could just imagine or maybe I could probably do that, just edit that particular moment with like some sort of, maybe like End of the Road by Boyz II Men or something. Because the way that Hohenheim just felt that shock of their rival just being completely different from how they were before, it sticks in my mind just a tad. Just constantly zoom into his face while just having sunny days. It just constantly just play throughout the entire time until it just reaches his face fully. Can you stand the rain? It sounded as though Hohenheim muttered something at us at the last second, but the voice was soon devoured by the soonest the raucous chatter, accompanied by the slurping noise of drinks guzzled down. Wow. Depressing. Yeah, let's see. Blue all over. We're in the welfare team section. Maybe it's blue all over because that's the main color. This place is pretty big too. Not as big as Section Command, but this place has got to be pretty high ceiling. Can't they have changed the actual colors or interior design of this hole? Definitely not sure, but ain't all these holes samey looking. It's starting to get a bit old for me. I think consistency is a good thing actually. The library always throws something new at us every visit, and there are times when we got killed before we even knew what was going on. Forsooth, if our lives be forfeit all the same, must I not say that they're best spent on new experiences? New experiences such as witnessing a color with our own eyes? Hasn't that book's boost slice and dice you more than a dozen times last? Don't tell me you enjoyed every single one of them. But she's glutton for punishment if it's coming from a color fixer, no less. I mean, would it be wrong to say that she probably enjoyed having her head being pushed down by Vergilius? Maybe, maybe not. We never know, but it might be a bit of a revelation if it ever comes down to that point. Hey, I'd appreciate you if you wouldn't consider your lives to be forfeit all the same. More death equals more pain for me, you know. Well, despite their relative predictability, it is inadvisable to underestimate the former L Corp's ordeals. These are also characterized by progressively intensifying danger levels. Danger levels? Indeed. The scenarios first began with the dawn, then it was the noon, followed by the suppression of a wild risk level abnormality. It's obvious that an ordeal following a previous encounter would pose a greater level of danger than the ordeal of noon. You must be referring to the incremental progressive pressure we had discussed prior, Miss Faust. Yes, on the deductive mode of thinking, this ordeal must be an ordeal of dusk. Blimey, someone got a talent for spectacle. Say, you ain't having a stall and waiting for dramatic moments to drop important information, are you? Faust does not care for such useless vain theatricals. Theatricalities. I was clearly joking last. You don't have to be all so cross about it. I should probably sort out a few deaths for Faust to go over in our next consultation session. We'd better focus on our ordeal at hand first. Faust, mind shedding some light on it? The time will be dusk, and the color is amber. The food chain is set to appear in this ordeal. The food chain? Doesn't the whole natural cycle of eater be eaten? Ugh, why? Why's it gotta be bugs again? While still mulling over what Faust just said, Rocha, who seemed to have noticed something squirming in the distance, burst into a disgusted, irritated rant. Ever since the last time, it's been one thing after another trying to gross me out. This is supposed to be one of the goals of the so-called scenario setup. While still holding the can of jelly drink in her hand. There it goes. I completely lost my appetite. To finish chewing before you speak will wipe the revulsive grimace off your face if you insist on shoving the jelly down regardless of the creature's sight. One lesson decorum at a time. Fortunately, except the manager, the entity's movement speed appears notably slow. Meticulous distancing measuring coupled with a methodical stratagem should allow us to neutralize the target without issue. Right. There's no need to rush. If we just make sure to move faster than those things do, we should be fine. I mean, they do kind of move a bit fast. Well, you crush them all the same.
조용하지? 언제 봐도 믿기지 않아. 이렇게나 조용한 곳이 곧 아비규환으로 변할 거란 사실이.
Bonbon orange. Fuck him! Bing bong!
대가리 딱 떼도
Crush him good.
으타! 더 먹어치워라!
제압 계획의 중간은 큰 거 아니야. 적당히 쉬엄쉬엄해도 괜찮을 텐데. 좋구려.
Stopping it down her said.
신기해지면서 다 망가뜨린 줄 알았는데 멀쩡한 장비가 남아있었나 봐.
There.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
There. Oh, the weeds appears. Oh, here I thought that actually be more.
저 활활 타는 마음도 오래 가진 못할 거야. 식기 전까진 열성적으로 해보는 것도 괜찮겠지.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
I thought even more like one than anything. They endure that shit.
그래도 어디에 누구누구처럼
필연자.
직원들을 사지로 내몰진 않네.
Oh, now we're getting serious.
지령에게
이런
불확실한 것은
제압은
없네.
회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무
Right now they
집착하지는
can
마.
just
이곳의
punch
목적이
away.
그런 게 아니라는 건
Wait, no,
관리자님도
like
알고
most.
있잖아.
직접 알게 하는
크게 다친 지성을
Not bad at all.
업.
그 슬픈 눈이 헉 좋구려. 이 스며들 듯한 비 우산이 새지는
Make it rain. Another one escapes.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지.
Finish that one off.
그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있을지. 이게 심장이
Oh dear God.
잠깐처리게.
Yeah, keep trying.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지.
Don't wanna break
그
out.
희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마.
그대는 어디까지 가고
이곳의
있을지.
목적이 그런 게 아니라 관리자님도 알고 있지.
이게 심장이 잠깐처리게. 그 슬픈 눈빛 헉 좋구려.
Oh, this is definitely gonna kill.
연기죠?
미래를 과거와 같이
이런 제압은
Oh yeah,
회사에겐
now we can
효율적일지는
actually
몰라도
break it out.
직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
It's the least we can do.
직접 알게 함이라.
크게 다친 지성을
정의보다도 큰 자요, 사랑보다 붉은 자요. 운명 속에 파묻힌
And we face off in months against the weak, so we might as well break our best.
여섯 냄새. 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러운 존재들에게 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 사랑의 힘을 보여줄 것을. 아르카나 슬레이터!
Now the target's mark.
아무래도 직원 한 명의 부서 배치가 잘못된 것 같아.
They're just gonna make sure we
이런
don't
제압은
hit.
회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도
아직
직원들의 희생이 항상
얼음일
뒤따르는
뿐인가
거지.
보게.
그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의
Yeah, make
목적이
sure he
그런 게
drops his mask
아니라니까.
if we get that
관리자님도 알고
point.
있잖아.
It's not gonna really do as much damage if he has that mask still on.
직접 알게 함이라. 깨달았나?
괜찮아. 그것까지 신경 쓰는 건 힘들었겠지.
Almost there.
조용하지? 언제 봐도
Yeah,
믿기지
how much
않아.
current consequences?
아직
이렇게나 조용한 곳이
얼음일 뿐인가
곧
보구려.
아비규환으로 변할 거란 사실이.
Take -10 from plus attacks. Occupation Hermes. Well, I guess I can indulge just a little bit. Press the coin pretty much. Though there's like the extra thing of if this mask is off, kill this unit with little to no struggle whatsoever. It will die. And it will die painfully.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있을지. 그 슬픈 눈빛. 좋구려.
맞는 거야.
끔찍한 일이 벌어지기 전에
Oh, not
제압했네.
Kill it.
잘했어,
예측할 수
관리자님.
없게.
우리 심장이. 잠깐.
이번에도 멋지게 해냈네. 엔젤라님에게 잔뜩 칭찬을 들었겠어? 당신의 노고는 이곳을 좀 더 멋지게 바꾸는데 일조할 거예요. 같은 그럴듯해 보이지만 하나도 재미없는 소리 말이야.
You ever get the idea, I said. You get it. Because anyhow, you've been denied. It wasn't as complicated as I thought. Eyes forward, large size will remain standing. Do not drop your guard until it's eliminated. Well, just keep ahead of that plodding freak of a turtle and we're sorted. I mean, as if the bastard's spitting venom that heats you to the bone. Besides, if it was that dangerous, Clock would have shoved the rest of them off to the lobby for a breather, yeah? Yet, it should be allowed to land but a single blow. That should be crunched betwixt his jaws in its dreadful haste. Young Rousseau, too, was co-signed to such a fate. I only asked him to slow it down so he could proceed more safely. Didn't think it would turn out like that. I feel so bad. I too found myself on the verge of becoming prey to it. And Rousseau's unhesitating interposition spared me from that outcome. I'm indeed indebted to him. That Ferrari bloke running this place is a real sod too. Sad, was it? Keeping at him while we were busy scraping it, and now it's over, he switched the radio off just to sort himself a coffee. Maybe it's his way of saying that the best welfare perk for employees is neglect. Oh, that is the last thing I want to hear from you. You're sweating, buddy. excuse me, let's talk any more helping. Do you mind? I know we think this is an easy fight, but that things are absolutely durable. I have no idea how much more we have to throw at it until we kill. Huh? An irritated Martin spilling into motion. Ishmael swung her weapon through the air hard into the giant bug's carapace. And as though that had been just a blow needed to end it, the creature split into pieces, its bulk crashing to the floor in chunks. And with that, the bulbous and gorgeous orange pustule on the insect's back burst with a sticky, wet pot, spraying its contents all over Ishmael. First green, now orange. You got a knack for getting sprayed. Are you okay, she? No, just stay there. There's nothing. I was watching this far worse out at sea. Wait a minute. Somehow it smells familiar. That look. What was that? What was that? For a split second, her face brightened just to scrunch up into a grimace. Boy, what's wrong? Ease up, Heath. Notice that it even got into her mouth. Just think how awful that must feel. Taste, I mean. Probably can't even put into words. Ugh. No. Someone get over here and give it a taste. Oh, it's a Slurms. Slurms Mackenzie. Crunkalunka, secret ingredient. It is indeed the Slurms Mackenzie episode. My God. What makes you think we'd fancy a taste of that nasty goo? No, that's not it. I'm not being weird or anything. It's just shocking. Shockingly rank, is it? If you're gonna croak from it, we're not daft enough to queue you up and join you, yeah. If you keep kicking like that... darn it. Heath went abruptly quiet as well. I've tasted this before. What? About an hour back. I found out discarded yonder thought to retrieve it. He sang, slipped gently between Heathcliff's furrowed stare and Ishmael's resolute nod. Resting within his hands were sheets of paper. One was a garish flyer featuring a mascot raising a soda can with an exaggerated smile. And the other was a booklet that seemed to list how to use tips for some sort of device. ICC3-FL-O Boon Boon Juicy Squeezer Orange Instruction Manual. Table of contents: breeding and feeding, exterior carapace vest, physical harvest, liquid extraction and storage procedures. So that means... No, can't be. Can't. Fly, yeah. What does fly say? Go on. Shake a shake, zing a zing. You launch, dancing bun bun orange flavor, it says. You've seen the can on that flyer before. The same can that's still within our line of sight. Oh. I am so sorry, Roja. I am so sorry you probably just drank can after can of God knows what is inside these bugs. I ain't worrying about. I'm pretty sure there was like some insider trading between him and other wings. More than likely T-Corp, if anything, if that's to be concerned about. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is where it probably came from too, if Roja and Heathcliff knew something about these. So I probably had some insiders give an idea of, hey, if we want to help our employees down below an underground facility, it might have something that might be considered a food alternative if we run out of stuff to eat. Lo and behold, here's the perfect answer. And not in the way that anyone hoped for. The same can that Roja is holding in her right hand. It really is the Slurms episode. It really is the Slurms episode. Oh my. Aren't we in a little bit of interesting territory? The container of Boonboon's so-called vesicles were pulp. No. That can't be right. That can't be. Can't be. Roja? We watched Roja unravel, eyes quaking as she muttered to herself. The next instant, the world went dark as though the candle that had been lighting a path was snuffed out. We found ourselves back in a familiar place. Oh, you're back. Just in time. Manager, I found the station simulator for you. Powered back to full, along with some minor modifications. Given your anatomical limitation that keeps mastication of the less of your physical abilities. But before we proceed, to explain the cause of this collective display of nausea. No, can't be right. It's just not possible. Well, someone seems to completely lost their senses. Was your ordeal more challenging than expected? Your ordeal itself was fine, it's just that was another ordeal we had to. When time permits, I'll need to research and develop an interpretive device for that clockwork tick-tock. Similar communication is certainly less inefficient. In any case, I took the liberty of installing the dancing bun beverage flavor you requested in the simulator. Try activating the function and see whether you're able to taste it. No thanks. You're shaking your head. Is that a sign of refusal? Yes, I'm good. Sorry guys. Maybe this will be the only time. The absence of a mouth feels like a blessing.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가? 하지만 아직 기회는
Alright, let's see what the missions you've got.
그렇다면 여전히 난 아무것도.
Out of unit retreating. Complete. Captain defeats at least one bum and juicy squeeze of orange in a single encounter. I think they did patch one of the things that were bugged. I think. But hey, I'll take it. 60 golden tickets, 85 threads. 6 singular extraction and 15 XP. Now to actually kill these things without them retreating, that's gonna be a bit of a different story, but we'll fully manage. And these are level 45 too, so we can just kind of go at it the way we want to. Though I probably want to get someone with a bit more higher damage wows, if anything. Don't I have yeah, I do. But I don't have enough IDs with Wrath in order to go around. Ammo units? Oh yeah. Usually around this time is where they kind of prioritize those with those intended gimmicks. But I think the only ammo units that I have are Twin Hook and Rabbit and LCCB Ishmael. Ammo use to really? I honestly did not know that. That's more so for the hard mode of this. Oh, okay. Let's give it a try then. Alright, let's also bump it up. I'll spam Arcanization. Right, the Tidology.
자, 불 뜯을 시간이다.
작전 호출. 입감.
I think I do have enough units with Gloom too.
이번에 읽어줄
Like even with or without the mask, it's still gonna do some serious damage anyway. This is a given.
조용하지?
Here's the thing,
언제
right
봐도
off the bat,
믿기지 않아. 이렇게나 조용한 곳이 곧 아비규환으로 변할 거란 사실.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
제압 계획의 규모가 너무 큰 거 아니야? 적당히 쉬엄쉬엄 해도 괜찮을 텐데.
했을 뿐인데 어쩌구려.
징계팀에서 다 망가뜨린 줄 알았는데 멀쩡한 장비가 남아있었나 봐.
immediately.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상 체제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
I should have hit it with paralysis too.
깡총!
Feel a little concerned. We'll just keep trying.
관리자님은 그래도 어디에 누구누구처럼 직원들을 사지를 않는
To not be able to experiment for anything in this matter is a disservice.
미래를 과거와 같이
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
예측할 수 없게
유쾌하게 그대 선택받을 수 있었지.
Oh no.
확인
Yep, this is
사격.
hard mode.
괜찮아. 그것까지 신경
We
쓰는 건
did.
재밌겠지.
Those are red clothes before.
관리자님도 참 너무하네. 직원이 저 지경이 됐다는 걸 내 입으로 말해줘야지만 눈치채는 거야.
Yeah. These things don't. Those IDs don't exactly scale pretty well if anything. I'm gonna take a chance.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있을지.
We're gonna understand. Ah, okay.
기억을 앞으로 하나.
Ooh, that hurts.
아프잖아.
한눈 팔지 마, 배도. 맨날 당신께 파도는 반드시 밀려올 테니.
Hunter Marcel. I don't have her Hunter Marcel at the moment, so.
따라가는
shit.
전철을 기억하고 있으면 좋겠구려.
관리자님도 참 너무하네. 직원이 저 지경이 됐다는 걸
Yeah,
내
let's
입으로 우리가
reconvene just a little
얼마나
bit.
더 무너지고 어둠에 익숙해져야 빛이 보일까. 관리자님은 좋겠어.
Maybe a good idea to
이런
just reconvene.
부끄러움조차 까맣게 잊어버릴 수 있으니.
가끔 이만 땡을 쳐줘.
Any new neutral attack weight? Or natural attack weight? I could probably borrow from somebody anyway. Yep, there we are.
투입 준비는 항상 되어 있습니다.
New Rearsha does that as well.
자, 해골바가지랑 거미 대가루 후드려 패러 간다.
options, and more.
내가 움직여야 하나?
Oh yeah, I think I was looking probably, well, just for like generating some wrath too.
명령하실 때까지 자리에서 대기하겠습니다.
Alright, let's see where this goes.
겉에 곧 먹이를 먹여주지.
If it goes anywhere south, then we know.
저 활활 타는 마음도 오래가진 못할 거야. 식기 전까진 열성적으로 해보는 것도 괜찮겠지.
Disobey. Let's see where this goes.
예측할 수 없게.
제압 계획의 근거는 그거 아니야? 적당히 쉬엄쉬엄해도 괜찮아. 관리자님은 그래도 어디에 누구누구처럼
Oh no.
직원들 사지를 내는 사람이야.
Oh, sweet Christmas.
화력, 추진! 기차 동정은 필요 없겠죠.
징계팀에서 다 망가뜨린 줄 알았는데 멀쩡한 장비가 남아있었나 봐.
초원 지령에게
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지 마.
Buster.
이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있어?
Okay, but I haven't done that yet. I'm just mostly doing this event first, and then I can do my gamba afterwards. It's just like a bit of a closer.
으타! 먹어치워라!
바비큐.
괜찮아.
Almost
그것까지
there.
신경 쓰는 건 힘들었겠지.
No, not yet. Farm these targets.
예측할 수 없게.
There we go.
앞으로 하나.
부족해 차려졌지 않나?
Number 2.
미래를 과거와 같이.
클리포트 억지력이 높아진 지금 서둘러 제압을 마치는 게 좋을 거야, 관리자님.
명령에 따르겠습니다.
Support count is pretty high too. So depending on how this kind of shapes up, As soon as his kid is dead.
슬픈 눈빛 어쩌구려.
아차!
Now it's gone.
이런 제압은 회사에겐
Yeah, maybe we should
효율적일지는
just
몰라도 직원들의 희생이
dump all of it then.
있다는 거겠지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도
대가리
알고 있지.
딱 떼고 부족해 찾아졌지 않아.
슬픈 눈빛 유쾌하게 역정의 마음을 모방하겠어.
This name is dead.
제한 종료.
관리자님, 아무래도 직원 한 명의 부서 배치가 잘못된 것 같아요.
Right, there we
나라의
go.
이 상처를
Now I
기억하고
have access to
있으면
Lacrimosa.
클리포트 억지력을 조금 강화했어. 내가 말했지? 복직팀은 나름대로 바쁜 부서라고.
대가리 딱 떼고 부족해 찾아졌지 않나.
슬픈 눈빛 어쩌구려.
Tear it apart.
끔찍한 일이 벌어지기 전에 제압했네. 잘했어, 관리자님.
면역의 심장이 잡혔지.
끔찍한 일이 벌어지기 전에 제압했네.
Oh, we don't need to
잘했어,
do that one
관리자님.
yet.
필중 의지.
Just wait till the big one comes around again. That does nothing. Oh, here we go again. It's back. And it's got a buddy
이런
too.
제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
각자의 위치가 있으니
Into the thousand mirror fragments we go.
지금 이쪽이 편리를 주어 이쪽이 다시 참 기어코낼 수 모든 걸 들어모아 삼천대천.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 빨리 좀
Mimosa.
대가리 딱 대가리.
헤르메스의
Oh,
의지.
wrap me up. I don't know what that passive does for Dracula Pulsing. A triple cosmic crossing. Oh, sweet Christmas.
능부리야.
업.
Oh, that's extra damage to it too.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로
내가
여기는
알아서
게 아니라면
처리한다.
한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마.
It just never ends, does it?
이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
예측할 수 없게.
지금이다. 대골바가 거미 대가리. 자!
화력 추진.
And out we go.
슬픈 눈빛. 헉조 슬픈 눈빛. 헉조구리야.
이번에도 멋지게 해냈네. 엔젤라님에게 잔뜩 칭찬을 들었겠어? 당신의 노고는 이곳을 좀 더 멋지게 바꾸는데 일조할 거예요.
So either
같은
Marcel
그럴듯해
or
보이지만
Yoshi
하나도
could probably
재밌고
solo this.
불완전하더라도
Because of
치료
course they can.
쳤다면
But I did kind of a bit of a misplay with
내
for the
곁에
bigger
완전히
the bigger
맞춰야 할
bugs.
지령은 아직 오지 않았으니까.
because after all, these events usually kind of favor the banner units, if anything. They make it easier. I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna really make it like #1 priority unless if there's desired need. Team captain because he has quite the attack when excels in. It's true. Oh, so let's do that. We'll just start off with easy first, or if anything, we can just. Brushbound pass.
투입 준비는 항상 되어 있습니다.
Let's put this to the test.
제한 명령 지역으로 이동.
조용하지? 언제 봐도 믿기지 않아. 이렇게나 조용한 곳이 곧 아비규환으로 변할 거란 사실이.
Here are the ones that are shooting first. We target and boom.
필중 의지만 있다면
제압 계획의 규모가 너무 큰 거 아니야? 적당히 쉬엄쉬엄 해도 괜찮을 텐데. 관리자는 아무래도 직원 한 명의 부서 배치가 잘못된 것 같아.
here. The night roaches, jungle man, Granny Yoshi, Bullet Oxus, and Wild Hunt.
징계팀에서 다 망가뜨린 줄 알았는데 멀쩡한 장비가 남아있었나 봐.
My goodness.
저 활활 타는 마음도 오래가진 못할 거야. 식기 전까진 열성적으로 해보는 것도 괜찮겠지.
There's no evading this.
관리자는 그래도 어디에 누군지처럼 직원들을 사지로 내몰진 않네. 이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는
Let's
거지.
put it where we don't have
그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게
skill
아니라면
3.
한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
I don't have any elements on me too, so I can probably throw in Capote.
필중 의지만 있다면
Back off.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
필중
Get
의지만
that.
있다면
The way it just kitchen guns the entire situation is just hilarious to me. But fuck you in particular,
벗어날 수 없다.
little bug.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도
And this is
직원들의
pretty much
희생이
dead.
항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건
필중
관리자님도
의지만
알고
있다면
있잖아.
What's the detonation effect?
이번에도 멋지게 해냈네. 엔젤라님에게 잔뜩 칭찬을 들었고
Wow, that's a lot of damage.
당신의 노고는 이곳을 좀 더 멋지게 바꾸는데 일조할 거예요. 같은 그럴듯해 보이지만 하나도 재미없는 소리 말이야.
경미한 손실을 제외하면 완벽에 가까운 제압이었습니다. 이제 말씀하셨던 야근을 속히
어이, 알후가 탈출했다.
Can detonate
진정이
burn
나설
staff.
차례로
Oh.
다음에는 류슈 팀원에게도 육체적 타격이 가능한 무기의 승인을 검토해 주십시오, 관리자님.
Okay, now we clear this. Now for hard mode, we can probably try Ryoshu. See if that works out or not. Assuming that someone does have her already. Oh yeah, we got plenty.
녹슨 총에 날카롭지 않은 화살초. 장비 점검은 완벽하고
was really big. Add that with anything else that buffs his wrath damage, and it's just gonna be a nuclear bomb.
채워지지 않을
Legalized
붕어를
nuclear
남겨주지.
bomb.
곤란하네. 나는 어떤 사람과도 잘 지낼 자신이 있지만 관리자님은 예외거든. 관리자님과 희희낙낙하면서 지내는 건 내게도 버겁다고.
하고들 시간이다. 잔우에. 쏴야 할 때가 왔다.
곤란하네. 나는 어떤 사람과도 잘 지낼 자신이 있지만 관리자님은 예외거든. 관리자님과 희희낙낙하면서 지내는 건 내게도 버겁다고.
We found two. Okay. But I do also have some pedals too. Oh, that explains why.
하고들 시간이다. 잔우에. 태어난 곳으로 돌아와.
제압 교육의 규모가 너무 큰 거 아니야? 적당히 쉬엄쉬엄 해도 괜찮을 텐데.
쏴야 할 때가 왔고.
너무 뭐라고 하지 마. 어차피 곧 보지 못하게 될 직원들인데 깐깐하게 물고 늘어져봐야 뭐가 좋겠어.
You bring magical girls? That is true. I mean, it is Trump level 2 after all. That's playing.
하고들 시간이다. 잔우에. 태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
신경쓰면서 다 망가서 있는데
단내가 침.
멀쩡한 장비가 남아있었나 봐. 커피가 결국 싫었네. 이럴 땐 이런
잠을 잘
우리가
시간
얼마나 더 무너지고
태어나.
어둠에 익숙해져야 빛이 보일까. 관리자님은 좋겠어. 이런 부끄러움조차 까맣게 잊어버릴 수 있으니.
마침내 오늘 그 어스름이라는
Never
시련을 두
use it as well as two.
눈으로
Okay. Yeah, I guess because I'm gonna have to like stack up just as much. Let's keep trying. Let's keep trying until we actually get it right. I do have for passive. Oh, okay. Yeah, just like the actual Laura Goon too. Prioritizes anything that's staggered instead of just outright killing anything.
채워지지 않을 공허를 남겨주지.
곤란하네. 나는 어떤 사람과도 잘 지낼 자신이 있지만 관리자님은 예외거든. 관리자님과 희희낙락하면서 지내는 건 내게도 버겁다고.
The game will spend ammo to 30% more damage. These basically spend ammo. Okay.
사고들 시간이 잔후에 태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
제약 계획의 규모가 너무 큰 거 아니야? 적당히 쉬엄쉬엄 해도 괜찮을 텐데.
써야 할 때가 왔군.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
사고들 시간이다. 잔후에
One.
속에서 단면을 치는
커피가 결국 식었네. 우리가 얼마나 더
동점을
무너지고
살 시간이
어둠에 익숙해져야 빛이 보일까.
되었나.
관리자님은 좋겠어. 이런 부끄러움조차 까맣게
I should also again have it just clashing with those particular skills too that just have a lot of red coins.
오늘 그 어스름이라는 시련을 두 눈으로 목도 할 수 있겠군. 이 불쾌한
On the I keep messing with that too. So anything with the fastest speed, that's pretty much where it dictates.
채워지지 않을 공허를 남겨주지.
The tip is to see which app takes first for symbols.
곤란하네. 나는 어떤 사람과도 잘 지낼 자신이 있지만 관리자님은 예외거든. 관리자님과 희희낙락하면서
And if they done
지내는
that arrow,
건
it should
내게도
not
버겁다.
crash. Okay, let's start with anything that's retreating first.
사고들 시간이다. 잔물 태어난 곳으로 돌아가.
제압 계획의 규모가 너무 큰 거 아니야? 적당히 쉬엄쉬엄 해도 괜찮을 텐데.
Alright.
써야 할 때가 왔고.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
I just felt really hard this. I think it's mostly because of the objective of just trying to clear as many of them as fast as possible, too. Actually, oh no. Wait. It's clear.
하고될 시간이다. 잔물
Just follow up. So good. Nab.
써야 할 때가 왔고.
클리포트 억지력을 조금 강화했어. 내가 말했지? 복직팀은 나름대로 바쁜 부서라고.
Yep. Another bullet.
하고될 시간이다. 잔물
This one's supposed to get small bugs.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가.
징계팀에서 다 남겨뜨린 줄 알았는데 멀쩡한 장비가
달고지 않은
남아있었나 봐.
모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로
Oh,
돌아가.
that's why.
관리자님은 그래도 어디에 누구누구처럼 직원들을 사지로
Faint aroma that stacks up pretty high too.
써야 할 때가 왔고.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는
회복
몰라도
탄환을 쏠 거라면
직원들의
미리
희생이
말해.
항상
Source
뒤따르는
of
법.
cease.
저번처럼 말
그
없이
희생을
쏜다.
값싼 대가로 여기는
또
게 아니라면
검집으로 쳐내버릴
한상체
테니.
제압에 너무 집착하지는 마.
Okay.
이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
An obsession, soda. Soda.
하고될 시간이다. 잔물 태어난 곳으로 돌아가. 써야 할 때가 왔고.
Alright, on to the next.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상 체제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
하고들 시간이다. 잔무에 살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 써야 할 때가 왔고
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로
하고들
여기는 게
시간이다.
아니라면 항상
잔무에
제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게
태어난
아니라는
곳으로
건
돌아가.
관리자님도 알고 있지.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라. 써야 할 때가 왔고
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이
하고들
항상
시간이다.
뒤따르는 법이지.
잔무에
그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면
살고자 하는
항상
모든
제압에
것들과
너무
함께
이곳의
무덤으로
목적이 그런 게
돌아가.
아니라는 건
Racks
알고 있잖아.
Tremor and
태어난 곳으로
it's not gonna tremor a lot more if anything.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
저 활활 타는 마음도 오래가진 못할 거야. 식기 전까진 열성적으로 해보는 것도 괜찮겠지.
하고들 시간이다. 잔무에
Oop, gotta break it. Oh, there's the big one back again. Hey, you got friends too.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마. 이곳의 목적이 그런 게 아니라는 건 관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
Army Sinclair's, yeah, I've seen like the kind of shit it can do too, especially since it can reuse coins.
하고들
Especially
시간이다.
since it can reuse coins.
잔무에 살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Bang bang.
써야 할 때가 왔고
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이
No,
항상
must have made the
뒤따르는
mistake.
그 희생을 값싼 대가로 여기는 게 아니라면 한상체 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마.
Actually,
이곳의
let's
목적이
put
그런 게
one
아니라는
of
건
our
관리자님도 알고 있잖아.
guns here.
하고들 시간이다. 잔무에
Ooh, last bullet.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
끔찍한 일이 벌어지기 전에 제압했네. 잘했어, 관리자님.
사고될 시간이다. 잔무에.
Nice.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
끔찍한 일이 벌어지기 전에
Alright.
제압했네. 잘했어, 관리자님.
And just to ensure absolute destruction.
사고될 시간이다. 잔무에.
Yeah, it's much more tricky.
세 번 베어낸다. 과거를 1000번 단조하여 베어낸다. 미래에서 1000번 거슬러 뛰다.
Much trickier.
이번에도 멋지게 해냈네.
3 to
앵젤라님에게 잔뜩 칭찬을 들었겠어.
Yeah, I think it might be better
당신의
with
누구는 이곳을 좀 더
Hornet.
멋지게 바꾸는데 일조할 거예요.
It might be with
하여튼
Hornet
그럴 듯
since it's just
보이지만
easier condition.
하나도
관리직 사상자는 하나도 없이 멋모르고
We're
돌아다니던
closer.
삼직놈들만 잔뜩 죽었더군.
But now for the moment we've been all waiting for.
역시 탄창을 쥐어주는 건 낭비라는 생각이 들지 않나? 어차피 이런 상황에서 사직놈들에게 필요한 건 회복 탄환이 아니라 자기 머리에 쏠 실탄 한 발뿐이었을 텐데.
Bring the Razzical Girls. Yeah, I think I only have Queen Dawn. I don't have Night Road yet. But I think I can actually extract Night Road yet too. Let me see. Yeah, I think I should be doing that. Let me... There's 93. I guess we can afford to be a bit more liberal with what we got. After all, look at how much. 90 again. Oh. Right, now I get night.
내게 남은 건 너를 처음으로 담당했다는 볼품없는 긍지밖에 없는데 결국 선택받는 건 그쪽이야?
Alright, so now I get night. Regret, we're also gonna need that too, but if we can. Now I win a sinking, now I win a life. I I win. Wait, how'd you blow up Oh, we're using ABS? The ABS ego, or is there like something else? Alright, first let's try our guaranteed. My guess is gonna be a dupe. Oh, two of them. Two dupes. Because sometimes this game plays tricks on me like that.
죄송해요. 너무 과했나?
Oh, ain't no way. The God? Sinclair? The one that actually hits like a freaking truck out of all the other sync units? Yeah, I'll gladly take that. Is that a day for poise? Yeah. But as long as damage is kind of good, can't really go wrong with that. It's just there's a lot of units that do poise damage much better. If Ryan saying is one thing to pretty much attribute. Ooh, Equinox manifested it. But let's see if we got the luck of the draw. Hey, Nova Spear, what's up? I suppose we just started. And so far we got the Sinclair as far as like the 3-star guaranteed. And now we just got ourselves a green. So I'm gonna laugh, it's gonna be a set that's just gonna jump scare me.
그 동화의 끝이 고작 그런 결말이야.
에이.
차라리 듣지 않는 편이 나았겠어.
That's nice. I see noise and solitude. Hey, Nova, both you and Equinox over on YouTube side have pretty much manifested this, so give a round of applause. But let's see if we get even luckier. This will save me so much more for the next Walpurgis because I know I'm going to be dropping actual money. Now let's also burn our tickets too. Burn our tickets and burn our bread. Well, maybe we might burn our bread a little bit later, but for now, we just gotta lament, knowing full well that we may never get this kind of luck ever again. But hey, we got a Loriun. Also, like in other Limbus company news, it's funny seeing like Rebecca from Visual Extremes and Warframe actually giving this game a try. Boy, howdy, it's gonna be a very funny thing to see, just her reactions first and foremost. But it's also kind of nice to see that more people are jumping in on the train while the 3rd anniversary is going on too. It's gonna be interesting to see if some Warframe stuff actually do take some ideas. I think what probably jet set this was the fact that a lot of people making comparisons of all different Dantes in gaming, and you just see Clockhead over here next to the Warframe Dante, and Dante from Devil May Cry, and Dante from Dante's Inferno, the game, and Dante from Arknight, and Dante from you get the idea. It's the all Dante group chat. Well, no singulars. But I guess I could also end it here on a good note. We did get our gunslinger. Like, look at her. All angry and shit, just also making the old lady stand up. And this is when you kind of leave old lady alone too, where the room just starts to like swell with a lot of darkness. So it's funny that she's just sitting in her chair, just making her tell stories standing up. Boss shit.
화살 한 발로 꿰뚫을 수 없다니 거기에 총알 6발을 얹어주면 그만이지. 봤나? 에고는 이렇게 다루는 거다, 애송이들.
It was an unremarkable sort of day, if one could call it that, when even the agents of the upper layer had been mobilized to suppress and return Alar-Un to its containment. The control team left hollowed out, the child had been saddled with managing the abnormality assigned to the department. PMPC. As soon as she stepped into the old lady's containment, the child sat in the reclining in a chair and crossed her legs, unfiltered complaints spilling out of her mouth. All day long, she's been tasked with doing managerial work in Alar-Un to extract its ego gear. And she failed. That's 3 times already. 7. As for the manager's yardstick, that she allowed Alar-Un to escape under her watch to date alone. One of the abnormalities is probably a nightmare to work on, because it just keeps breaking the fuck out. You have to do it. You have to get normal. I feel like you have to get normal results. Anything good or bad is just gonna lead to something bad happening anyway. Work was good. I get out. Work is bad. I get out. I think that's the same thing with Silent Orchestra as well. If the work was good, I get out. If the work was bad, I get out. If the work was normal, okay, I'll stay in here. So you have to deliberately probably endure a shit ton of sinking white damage just so this thing could stay in its containment, and you don't even know what kind of breach it has to until it's too late. Nice Orchestra has a 2 counter. And Alar-Un is a hit or a wow. It doesn't teleport around your physical. Oh, for fuck's sake. At least with Rudolta, you know it's just gonna move around very slowly. It's just gonna keep spreading white damage around, so it just makes it very tricky for those that don't have white shielding to just kind of suppress it easily. But if it teleports around a lot, like King agreed, then that is damn near annoying. I don't see how that ping mongo breaking containment is my fault. It's a dimwit of a manager. Was it bled out every scrap of luck because he couldn't resist rubbernecking every little. Oh, that's me. That's me. Every time I put someone in burrowing heaven, something bad always happens because of my negligence. The moment I realize too late, I hear screaming. Multiple times. It's happened multiple times. The simplest thing out in the world. Just keep your eyes on this thing and nothing will explode. Keep my eyes off it for a few seconds because I'm kind of worried of either nothing there or Queen of Fate just breaking out. People get turned to fucking trees like Captain Don Cheadle's Captain Planet. I'll lure you and start off with child slips out of containment. When the work result is bad, and just as readily as on a good, it's never content to remain confined, but much rather wander outside suffusing the company with musty corridors of the fresh scent of the forest. Things must look quite unfair from where it stands. And of course, where the manager stands too. Inefficient and smile, but oh god, I have not run into that quality. Well, then again, I have run into Silent Orchestra and Boo Star very early on, so that don't mean nothing to me quite yet. But when I do, Memory Repo. When the Exodius happen, like I'm already close to like day 40 some odd, and I'm already kind of getting to work on the extraction team stuff too for core suppression. But the fact that I'm gonna have to suppress 3 Alephs in one sitting is gonna be agita inducing unless I have Silent Orchestra, because it, comparatively versus nothing there, I think I can actually kill Silent Orchestra pretty easily. I just need to have people move in certain movements and just start doing damage when it's necessary. And just white bullet the fuck out of everyone that's nearby it, so no one just gets absolutely brain blasted. No flower viewing today, just stuck hearing the old hag droning on all day. It's becoming pitch black in this room. I guess I want to seep it into its walls. Been a while since I last did some work here. Dearie, would you like to hear a story? Whatever. Tales crooned on like lullabies, poems to obstruct the grass, ghost stories that make the hair on one back of the neck stand straight up. Stories known to all, to one's known to none. The old lady knows every tale told, every single story in existence, every single nursery rhyme written for children. It goes without saying that the troves of tales also include the secret stories of other abnormalities. Just as a coincidence, perhaps? Or is it inevitability? For the first time, the old lady brought up the tale of an abnormality, an entity the child knew all too well. Oh, allure you, the lovely one adult who yearned to be human. Know something about the rabbit thing? A flicker of surprise caused the child's face as she voiced the question, but the answer in all likelihood won't be hers to hear. The old lady, you see, doesn't speak to you. She merely speaks, spinning her tales and making her loneliness known. Its eyes are full of soul, and it was adored by people. But every genesis of the spring is to be followed by the passing of the autumn. The old lady doesn't know such a thing as asking. She doesn't respond either. For words to come out of her mouth are not for conversation. Which is why, for all the stories she tells, she can never manage to fill the void of her loneliness. One day, the doll was abandoned in a dark forest. Its eyes were stolen by crows lusting for glitter, while its mind, life, and heart slowly withered away. Part by part, its pretty porcelain body cracked and shattered. Its eyes once were, only gaping holes were left. Imagine that staring at you at the end of a forest at nighttime. Yet the doll remained standing in the forest. The cracks and openings on the porcelain were instead filled with a growing bouquet of flowers, and fresh petals fluttered down like tears from the empty holes of its eyes. And then, what happened next? Did it hunt down the crow that pecked its eyes out? Did it cut its wings? The child knew that no answer would be returned, that she would still get to hear the next part of the story, whether or not she was invited whether or not she invite the old lady to continue. Hey, Sleepy Boy, what's up? We just got lucky and got our Walpurgis ID. Still as she did. As though she were used to such exchanges. Aloy Yoon, lacking eyes but all-seeing, a human who yearned to be a doll. Born of soul, and this soul shall return. The old lady directed her gaze at the child, a gaze as hollow as the Aloy Yoon from the story. A black void that seems to meet the child's own eyes. I think I do have a good number of syncing IDs, along with the Nurse Father and Sora. And Ryan and Sora. I have Wild Hunt, I have Ishmael, the Molar Ishmael. I think the one thing I might be missing is Butler Altus, actually Ujat Altus. But I think I should be able to, like, utilize that to my advantage some way, somehow. Got reached your first try. Luck was on your side. Didn't have to spend a single penny, too. Yeah, I also got, I just recently grabbed Night Roja as well. The ultimate sinker. The child's eyebrows cinched together in a scowl. The tale might have found footing had she cared to listen with interest, but this was not for her. Yeah, I do have Bugler Faust, so that's a nice little backup. We should have spared herself the trouble of hearing it out, she thought. Alone. The story is literally but choice, needless, and empty. But surely that was not the end of the story for the doll. Perhaps the story hit a bit too close to home, or maybe reminded the child of a certain someone she remembered only in the foggy fragments of her memory. For a story that never got a chance to be finished, bookmarked from end to end. Either way, a cloying loneliness clung to the child as she stepped out of the containment unit. And who the hell are you? Oh, I'm Vera from Information. You're the ancient who transferred to the middle layer from the safety team, right? Ryoshu. Right, Ryoshu. I've heard quite a bit about you. And what do you want? I came down because Mr. Yasad gave the order to support. There was no one in the control team anyhow. I thought I smelled something burning in the lobby and... Yep, I see that you alter your ego gift into a cigarette. That's not an issue, I guess, as long as it's not a fire. The employee extended a hand for a handshake, but the child slapped it away like a high five. Move it to them. I want to be stopped by the flustered employee blocking her path. Please, just a moment. Just wait until the control team arrives. And why should I do that? You missed the announcement, I take it. The death of Amber will begin shortly. And during the death of Amber, the effectiveness of red that a physical attack is doubled. Doubled? That multiplier nonsense you people play with, Correct, Ryoshu. Your ego weapons are both white type. I recommend either switching weapons or leave this to the other agents. You're NSFP. Pardon? You're not seeing the full picture. The child brushed past the employee and walked into the corridor of the light steps. Look closely. MB. If switching ego gears is what allows double the efficiency, all I need to do is use both my weapons at once instead. What? I'll show you the collaboration. FAS. The gigantic one person into the hallway. As you reveal events slowly, yet now without momentum. The child brings a crossbow into game. The employee who frantically chased after the child to watch the bolt flying from the crossbow. In the same breath, the child's revolver fired 6 rounds at the ordeal at a speed too fast for the eye to track. big iron on her hip. Big iron. Is that not enough? That's why I told you to either switch weapons or wait. It's not too late to go back and... Well, more shots to the truth. She's in it for the art, and she's willing to make someone suffer in the process. So, Yoshu probably turning into Revolver Ocelot is probably the best thing to ever come through this whole thing. I mean, she used a shotgun before, so this should be no stranger. Bolts and bullets rain down the ordeals until they burst like squashed fruit. And another bolt was in point blank range, punched straight through the largest of them, the dusk itself. A dull interrupt of the day. Wait, why are you aiming that thing at me? A child perhaps had managed to reshape the loneliness attached onto her into artistry of her own. She nowhere seemed lonely of it at all as she emptied her gun into the horrified employee. Alright, and we'll be up high 4. Alright, and we're Gucci. Now all you gotta worry about left is leveling her up. Baller. So, I'm gonna end things off here. Thank you everybody for sticking around and joining in on the bug squashing and Lawrence McKenzie episode of Futurama. So, one thing I can probably show for the schedule up next would be for next midnight, some Star Word. It's mostly gonna be on Twitch. I forgot to add that down there, but hey, it's gonna be some fun. Probably gonna try and practice a character or two and so on and see how that goes. I think people might be queuing up a little more on Friday or Saturday if anything, so there's that. But all in all, take care, peace out, and you're dismissed, fixers. Farewell.